You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman of YPG. Welcome to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, Episode 2. Love is love. I just want to say happy Valentine Day to all the couples out there, everybody that's married, everybody that's engaged, everybody that's in love, even to all the single people. You know, if you don't have nobody, shoot your shot to somebody that you're feeling, because this is the perfect day to do it. Or to take yourself out, love yourself. We have a jam-packed show, a lot of love songs, a lot of topics about love, and, if you have nothing to do, stay tuned, ride with me, and let's enjoy it together.
It's your boy Dre the General, and you are now tuned in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. That was Ryan Leslie with Valentine. Since it is Valentine, what is love? Like, what is love to y'all? Well, to me, love is a feeling. Love is also an action. Love is, someone that you can't live without. Someone you think about 24/7. Someone, you get, crazy feelings when you're around them. And even when you're apart, that feelings never go away. Love is, when you have a big fight with that person. And, even when y'all mad at each other, y'all would do anything to make it work. Love is you want to do anything for that person, no matter what it is. And, and to me, in order to express love for your person, I feel like you need more than just one day to express it. So, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I feel that I don't need to express myself on Valentine's Day where I could express myself to the person I love, 365 days a year, for the rest of my life. And, if I had that type of love, I would cherish that love, So that would love me to me.
Hi, my name is Vaughn Ovello, and you're listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, hello, welcome back, everybody. And I'm not sure anybody noticed on my Facebook and IG page this past week, I posted a question of the day on my page. And the question of the day is dating in this generation easy? And, I asked people to give me some input on this topic. And I'm going to start with myself. Well, for me, dating in this generation is not easy. Because I feel like these days, a lot of people is either looking for image or they're looking for the finished product. When you got people who's through in the process of getting themselves together, and then I give them the time of day because they want the finished product. But when they go for the finished product, they just as bad as the one who not finished, who not together. So that's my input on it, and I'm about to read some of my answers that I got for everybody else in a few. So one of my answers is that somebody said People have no real value to create a healthy relationship. People are superficial. And yes, I definitely agree with that. People are very superficial these days and don't have no value. Another answer that I got is love had no value. Being truthful and faithful is a thing of the past. Maturity level is at an all-time low, and there is no solution, no respect towards females or males. Well, there are some people who have the right quality and who are actually ready for a real relationship. Yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that answer. That is a very good answer. Shout out to you for that answer. And I'm gonna read one more answer. She think it's made it easy to meet new people and expand your dating pool. It made it easier to communicate when apart. However, it can be very overwhelming and make you probably vent more because you never know. Yes, I agree. Thank you for that answer. Thank you for all your answers. All your answers is right answers. And like I said, dating in this generation is a lot more harder than ever. If you had managed to do good dating in this generation, then I commend y'all. But honestly, dating in this generation is very hard. I'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Riding Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, the Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com. And tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer!
Okay, everybody, I'm back. So, everybody been asking me why I'm single. How come I don't have a girl? How come I always post love stuff? Well, I'm going to take this time, this segment to explain all of that the best way that I can. So, yes, I am single. I've been single for almost 5 years. I've pretty much been single since 2015. And, dating for me was not easy. I've been dating a lot, and dating or talking to people, and it just haven't really clicked with anybody. I haven't really connected with them as the way I thought, So recently I started talking to somebody, and the vibe been good so far, and I feel in this person. Of course, I didn't want to take it one day at a time, of course. But, hopefully if things work out for me and the person, hopefully it could go somewhere. Only God knows the answer for that. So let's just see. But I've been in love twice. The first time was back in 2007, and the second time was 2014. I'm not gonna say the names of the person, because out of respect, But if they're listening, yes, I'm talking about y'all. In 2007, she was my first love. We were together from 2007 until 2009, on and off. At that time I was through trying to find myself, and then had myself together. I was kind of lost, struggling, really struggling, really bad back then. Do try to find myself, but Leisha wasn't perfect, but I really was feeling that girl, And then 2014 was pretty random, I met this person at one of my events out of nowhere. Yeah, but we connected good, and thing was from there. Even though with me and her, the situation was terrible, but she made me realize that that I could be in love again, and I want to give it a shot. Even to this day, I wish things would have worked out between me and her, because she was a good woman. But I guess God had other plans, and she went elsewhere. But so now to this day, honestly, I was not really looking, but it seemed like love seemed to always come to me, because everybody hit me up, and I'm not really approaching them. But maybe I should start going for somebody that I am feeling, and maybe things would turn out different if I was to take my own shot on the person I really want. And I guess the girl I'm talking to now, she, in a way, I kind of took my shot with her a little bit. But like I said, time will tell. But, also, the reason I've been single for a very long time is, I have trust issues. And it hasn't been easy, because, I've been hurt a lot. But, as time goes on, I'm learning to do better. I'm learning to open up a little more. I'm learning to trust others. This is why I started the podcast, because I want to open up more, and not be closed off. And also, when I do find that real love, I want the type of love that my parents have, because they've been together for 36 years. Even though they have ups and downs, but I want that type of love, because I know deep inside that they love each other, and even to this day they're strong and they do anything to make it work. And I want that type of love. I want to get that to the person that I want to give when I'm end up marrying, because at the end of the day, I'm not looking for just a girlfriend. I look for a person that I can spend the rest of my life with. I look for a wife. But only God the answer for that. God could see me that right person. No rush for me. But I just want to explain that for a little bit, y'all, and tell y'all about that. But if y'all do have that person in your life, hold on to that person, take care of that person, pray with that person, make it work, even through bad times. Don't give up on them, even through struggles. Tell them that they love them, because life's too short, and you never know when one day they could be with you, and next day they won't. And just make it work, no matter what. I'll be right back. So we're gonna start a new segment. Like every time before I end the show, I want to do a Mr. Gentleman fact quote of the day. And this is the Valentine Love Day. My quote of the day is, in order to love somebody else, you gotta love yourself first. So always remember that. Don't put your on somebody if you know you're not just good yourself. So always love yourself. So when you do love somebody else, you'll be ready and you can give them the world that they deserve. And that is my Mr. Jimin fact quote of the day.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Now, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursdays. And Spin-off Series Thursday is the new home for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spin-off Series that brought to you shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, The Old School Show, and Date Night Talk Podcast. And A Conversation About Music Podcast is a music spin-off series where we talk about anything music, from the current music scene and the old school music scene, where we interview many guests that's in the music industry and artists about their music journey. We have a segment game called The Face Off, which is a versus inspired game. And we have roundtable discussion about variety of music topics. And y'all can check out A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Now, the Old School Show that featured myself and the star Roddy Rod is a show where we discuss anything old school, from music, TV shows, movies, and many more. We also bring in guests to join in on the old school conversation. Y'all can check out the Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. Every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And last but not least, we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B, where we talk about anything relationship related topics like love, dating, relationships, cheating, the good and the bad, and many more. And y'all can check out this spin-off series, Date Night Talk Podcast, every second and third Thursday at 12 p.m. So look out for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursday, A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday. The Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursdays, and Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays. And y'all can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays for the main series and every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays. And thank y'all for checking out this commercial break. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. True!
I just want to take the time and thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, happy Valentine's Day to all the couples that's in love. who engaged, who just got married, who expected a kid. Happy Valentine's Day to all the single people as well, who don't want to get into something right now, but work on themselves, or who want to shoot their shot with somebody. Happy Valentine's Day as well. Hopefully it work out for y'all. If y'all have any questions, want to be a special guest on my show, y'all could DM me at all social media platform. Ken_Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken, KEN _Mr. MR Gentleman, GENTLEMAN. If y'all in your area, come out to catch it every Friday, Remix Friday, 217 Bowery Street. Say premiere at the door. Taj every Saturday. Best Saturday party. 48 West 21st Street between 5th and 6th. Say premiere at the door. If y'all want to support my podcast, y'all can go on my Anchor page, anchor.fm/Ken_Mr. Gentleman, and y'all can put like a small donation for future episode. Of course, if y'all want to, But once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Next episode, March 1st. No title on this episode yet, but tune in. Thank you and have a good night.
My name is Bronx Boom Boom, and you are now listening to the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.